Greetings metalheads, and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George, and today I am back with yet another bands you need to hear recommendation. Another band that if you've never listened to their music, or maybe you just haven't delved deep enough, then you seriously need to rectify that. You seriously need to check this band out. You need to hear it. So, today's band you need to hear is a black metal band from the UK, more specifically from the east of England. I think they're actually from the Cambridge area. A band that I have to admit, over the last few years, I've heard a lot of talk about them, a lot of interesting reviews and a lot of praise for this band, but it really did actually take me a while to put in the work myself and to actually listen to their material. Of course, there's a couple of albums, there's a few sort of singles and bits and pieces, but for quite a short catalogue, I suppose, I was hearing a lot of talk about it, a lot of high praise. But when I actually put in the effort and I listened to the two, I think, full-length albums that are actually accessible and the most recent single releases, I was richly rewarded. For the Infernal Sea are an absolutely fantastic band. Really, really a standout band indeed. One band that I have to say, if you're gonna check out any band this year, it has to be the Infernal Sea. A real standout. And I'm not just saying that, they are a brilliant band on record and also a brilliant band live as well. I actually had the pleasure of catching the Infernal Sea in Cambridge, and I have to say, for essentially what was a pub function room, they had a packed out house and also a very big performance, a very big presence. Very theatric in their costumes and their stage wear with their obscured faces. Definitely check out the visuals, it's really freaking cool. But they performed like a band that should be playing the big academies or the far bigger venues. Absolutely freaking fantastic. And just on the back of that, I'll show this rather delightful long sleeve that I picked up at the show. Nice logo and nice demonic art there. Freaking cool. Love long sleeves as well. So yeah, nice one. I think you can actually pick this up on their Big Cartel page or Bandcamp or whatever it is, but definitely a incredible live effort, live band that is not to be missed. So if they do come around your way, I implore you to check them out. So the catalogue of the Infernal Sea then, there's actually 3 full-length albums. I didn't actually realise. I have copies here of the most recent album to date from 2020, which is Negotium Crucis. As you can see there, awesome artwork. Really lovely. Nice digipack. So as I say, this is from 2020, the 3rd album. And then I've also got, haven't got it on CD, it's probably going to be horrifically glary because it's in that plastic sleeve, but I've got a nice picture disc of The Great Morality. The Great Mortality, rather, which is the 2nd album. Absolutely stunning album. But it was more expensive at the time to get it on CD than vinyl. So, hey, picture disc it is. A lovely package there. And I think this is quite an apt description here. It says, black metal for fans of Darkthrone, Mayhem, Gorgoroth, Mork, Spectral Wound, Satyricon, Tark, and so on and so forth. Absolutely. Very fitting indeed. I would say that this is not too far removed from the slightly more groove-infused Darkthrone albums. It's also going to appease and appeal to fans of Satyricon, to fans of Cradle of Filth, certainly with that kind of UK and the theatric element in there as well, and Mayhem as well. Definitely, there's a strong vibe of those heritage bands. But that said, although there are similarities to bands like Darkthrone or Mayhem, being a modern black metal band, of course there's going to be, but there's also a lot of, I'm going to say, more sort of traditional heavy metal or punk rock and roll infusions there. It's not just traditionalist black metal. There is a little bit of something different. I personally pick up sort of flourishes of Venom in there as well. Bands like Venom or Motorhead even. Certainly in the pace, the absolute blistering pace. So as I say, we've got the third album there. We've got the second album, The Great Mortality, in this lovely picture disc form. Hopefully it's not too horrifically glary. But there's also a first album from prior to that. I think this was 2016. But I haven't seen it in a physical format, so I didn't actually realise that there was even a first album, an album before this one, I should say, until looking on Metal Encyclopedia. That said, just on the strength of these two albums, I would say this is an absolute essential listening. This is a band that you need to hear. They've also got two brilliant singles out off an upcoming album, which will be out early in 2024. Lord Abhorrent and Beast of the East, I think, or something like that. Can't quite recall off the top of my head, but two fantastic singles that they performed both of those live at the weekend, and they sounded freaking brilliant. Tons of groove, amazing guitar work, you know, your shrieking, sinister vocal style. So I'll take you through these releases then. Tracks to check out. I mean, to be honest, the whole album, both of these albums, need to be listened to. If you like your black metal, if you like sort of a bit of a punk and a bit of a rock infusion there, then definitely check these out. But standouts, Way of the Wolf, faster paced, really horrific snarling vocals in there. Absolutely brilliant number. Pest Meester, absolutely fantastic. Again, that's where that kind of Venom vibe is coming along. Plenty of aggression, attitude, amazing riffs. Real standouts for myself include The Bearer, which is a bit of an epic, longer number. Very dark. That's where we're getting some real UK black metal vibes there, and also some real vibes of bands like Cradle, Filth, or even Darkthrone in there. Brethren of the Cross is a sinister epic. Again, it's a longer track, but it's absolutely marvellous. Freaking brilliant. Just start to finish, as I say, an amazing album. The Great Mortality, essential listening. And then this album, Negotium Crucis, as I say, second album. This again, packed start to finish with just brilliant songs. Some real highlights include the opening track, Destruction of Shun, Befallen Order, which has some phenomenal guitar work. I think that's one of the real things that you notice, real distinguishment, if you like, between the Infernal Sea and quite a lot of other generic black metal bands, is that you've got really solid musicianship. Drumming, first class. There's a lot of intricacies there. It's not just repetitive thudding or, you know, sunk into the background, dull, progressive tone. Not at all. First-rate drumming. Also, that guitar work. Really amazing guitar leads. And you don't often hear it better in black metal than the Infernal Sea. As I say, Befallen Order, fantastic. God Wills It, has real darkness to it. Again, it's bringing to mind that sort of mayhem, bringing to mind Cradle. Other great ones, the title track, Negotium Crucis, and the closing sort of album track, Rex Mundi. There is a bonus track, Into the Unknown, which is, again, fantastic number indeed. Just a freaking brilliant album, start to finish. UK black metal. There aren't many bands doing it better, although the UK has a very healthy underground black metal scene. The Infernal Sea are clawing their way out, shrieking their way out of the underground and into the mainstream appeal. So check out the Infernal Sea. Seriously, I implore you to check out these two albums. Absolute fantastic albums. If you're only going to check out a couple of tracks, then you seriously want to check out The Bearer, Pest Meester, and probably say Befallen Order. Absolutely fantastic. Freaking excellent stuff indeed. Also, those new singles as well from the upcoming album. I wish I could remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I am going to be pre-ordering my copy for sure. And just go over to their Bandcamp page, show some support if you are a fan, and pick up an excellent long sleeve or a t-shirt with that heretical artwork such as this. Check them out, check out the Infernal Sea. But thank you very much for watching, my friends. Do feel free to share your thoughts and opinions on the Infernal Sea. Do check them out, of course. Feel free to like and subscribe, as always. Take care of yourselves, my friends. Check back soon for more recommendations and reviews of all the heavy things. And stay heavy.